Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, and it is time for us to do our Mopar Monday. And as promised, we're taking a look at some more M2 machines, 1971 Dodge Charger RTs. These two, however, are on the more bold, high impact color list. The two last week were more conservative colors. One was in a goldish, uh, goldish copper kind of color. And then the other one was in the dark blue, probably a B5, maybe B7 blue, but it was kind of patinaed with rust and stuff because it was a barn find auto projects release. So we took a look at those two. Now we're doing the more high impact look. And this one here is release 13 Detroit Muscle, so a fairly old one. This one here is Detroit Muscle release 35. It's kind of old too, considering that they're doing release 69 now, as we've seen with the Auto Projects one. But they combined all the series into one release now. There's no individual like Auto Projects, Detroit Muscle, Auto Trucks, nothing like that. It's all in one cube, 6 cars from probably 6 different series or 2 or 3 different series put into one series. So a little bit different nowadays, but still cool. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the oldest one. And this is your release 13. And as I mentioned with the release 69, I really like the new style boxes and the new style display stand where they don't have this little bracket here holding one door open. And I never understood that the passenger door is open and it's the door that you cannot see. Never made sense of that. But anyways, they done away with it, so it's kind of cool now. It doesn't take away from the side of the car like this does. So this is in a, and once again, I did not look up the name of this yellowish green. It's not sassy grass. It's not sublime. It may be mellow yellow, but not sure. Curious yellow. I think they had a color called that, but I cannot remember. But still, yet very cool. It looks like a highlighter yellow with the highlighter markers. Is kind of what it reminds me of. So definitely almost glows in the dark. So as you can see, it is release 13 up there, and it's a Premier Edition. This does not have numbers on it, like how many were produced in regular, as they do nowadays. So that's kind of cool that they do that nowadays. They let you know how many are produced in the regular run. So let's get him out. I don't have a sticker on this side and lost a sticker. So we'll get him out, take a look at him. And it's only got one screw in it. As I said, these guys are like permanent fixtures in front of the dealership nowadays. And these, as you know, have the cube style display case, and this dome just kind of pulls off. And usually they have a little plastic U-shaped thing that holds the hood open too. It's missing on this one, but it's present on the pink one. I'll show you. So anyways, let's go ahead and take the one screw out because it is not screwed on so well. And we'll take a better look at this car. And this is, I know some people ask me which is my favorite or who makes the better 71 Charger casting. In my opinion, it's a toss-up between M2 and Green Light. They both have their minor flaws. If I was going to pick one, I'm going to have to say probably the M2. Even though M2 sometimes has a problem with body lines not lining up so good, and the wheels and tires being bent. Green Light's starting to get bent axles too. And as I said, the casting of Green Light is very nice, but it has a couple flaws, whereas so does the M2. But this variant is the one with, well, I guess it is exposed headlights, but they're not detailed so well. You can see the round outline of the headlight there. And this has the air grabber hood and such. That's the one thing that's cool. M2 gave you both hood options, the louvered and the air grabber, and I think they have just a bulge hood for a regular like SE Charger. And they also have the louvered and non-louvered doors. Non-louvered if it was like the Super B or SE release. They have variants with go wings and without the go wings. And once again, headlights, hideaways, or exposed. So they did cover all bases with the casting. Greenlight did too, but the recent releases from Greenlight of the 71 Super B, they've gotten really cheap on us because they're using one casting now. They used to have two castings, one with no louvers in the door for their Super B releases, and one with the louvers for their RT releases. But now I seen their recent, like orange or red Super B is got the RT doors. They just did not put the black decal in there to highlight the louver. So they're getting a little cheap at Greenlight. But they're all getting a little cheap. But where M2 cut costs, they cut it with their packaging and unfortunately somewhat with the quality control. Still get the same cars, but the quality control is getting a little bit worse. But as you can see, it's got all the nice details, the split marker lights, as a 71 would have, correct quarter glass and such. Very nice looking car. So, and then the bases, they're nice. They're usually metal. As you can see, they all have this insert, like a lot of their castings do. That way they can do stock with tires or pro street tires. They just put a narrower insert here. So they've done that with a lot of their castings, including the trucks, like the Silverados and the OBS style Chevys. They've done that with. So here is your release 35, done in, I forget if Dodge used the name Moulin Rouge or Panther Pink, but those are the two names they used for their pink. And Dodge used one and Plymouth used the other. Same color, but just different name depending on the manufacturer. And as you can see, the R35, and this would be a 446 pack car. And I can't tell by the look. Yeah, I think it's got the air grabber on it also. And this does have the numbers. Later on, they started even numbering the regular releases, not only chases, 9,800 pieces. And nowadays, they still do it, but they don't individually mark the chase. You have to figure it out on your own, which one is the chase. So let's get him out of here and take a look at him. But usually it's pretty obvious, gold trim and such, or something else that is made it's more unique than the regular. Sometimes you have both variants to look at, and you can say, well, one of these is a chase, and just buy both. Some of their model kits I've seen, just the interior is a different color, and maybe the wheels are done in a black chrome, but sometimes regular releases have black chrome wheels, so some of them are getting a little bit harder to tell. The ones with the gold trim, gold wheels, and gold interior, pretty obvious. And the raw finish, once again, pretty obvious. So let's take him out and look at him. And as you can see, the Moulin Rouge Panther Pink is really a cool color. This is one of my favorites in the dealership collection. And I call it the dealership collection. Let me get this closer to me so I can see the screw head. Because it's kind of like a separate collection on its own, where we just have a bunch of Mopars. I have some Mopars in my display case too that are a little more valuable, and I just don't want it getting dusty. Some are the sacrifice type Mopars, I guess, where they're setting out and they get dusty. I still try to keep them fairly clean. And this is one of them. The yellow one's another. And as you can see on the back wall, we have some Mopars. There's actually another one of these back there too, right there. Sometimes I get doubles and I don't really put them up for sale. So I'll trade them for other Mopars I don't have, and they go in that back wall of Mopars. Either I don't have the room for them or they're a double and such. So I stopped buying like regular, standard, cheaper Mopars because I ran out of room for the dealership and I don't want it to get cluttered looking. So that's the thing. And as you can see, it's got the oval air cleaner. Nice detail in their engine compartments. And it is an air grabber hood. And these body lines on this one also line up pretty good. I've seen some very bad ones, especially lately in their later releases. And as you can see, this is a nice hideaway headlight. There's no, like, outline of the headlights there, like on the yellow one. The yellow one I guess maybe they were trying to fool you and say it was Hideaways and they painted over it, or they just put too much black paint. I'm going to say they probably just put too much black paint. But yeah, as you can see, Hideaways in the pink and Exposed in the yellow. And I don't have anything here. Oh yeah, I have my Sassy Grass green on the truck. Now this is more detailed with the exposed headlights, as you can see. So they did both variants, and that's another cool high impact color. So yeah, we got some high impact 71 Chargers. I think at the dealership, the casting I have most of are 71 Chargers from M2. Have one or two green lights. But as you can see, all the details are there. This is cool. It's got a black vinyl top. And they went the extra mile and made like texture. As you could kind of hear it and see where I'm scratching it. Where the vinyl top texture is. So yeah, don't scratch yours. It may leave a mark and such. So pretty cool that they did that. And all the trims there for vinyl top trim. To outline it. Very cool. And they have one of the finest looking rallies, I think. Green lights are nice too, but they're a little bit too wide. And then the Auto World ones are, I don't know, in my opinion, not that great. But I think M2 nails it the best with the Mopar rallies. So guys, that is your high impact Dodge Charger Mopar Monday. We will be back again Wednesday or Thursday with the comparison of the Mini GT Nismo R32 versus the Top Secret VR32 and see what they did to update the casting and such of the R32 because people were complaining about the first release, that it was a little bit small and not accurate in some details, and we'll point those things out to you. And then we'll have our Free It Friday as usual. So we'll have a couple more videos coming up this week. So enjoy the start to your work week. It's going to be a short work week because of our Labor Day today. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your day off, or you even got the day off. Don't know, but hope you're enjoying it. And we will be back in the middle of the week with our Mini GT R32 comparison video. Thanks for watching, guys.